I am a designer and a stylist of people, places, and things, and I try to inject beauty and magic in everything that I do. Hello, my name is Tiffany Pratt, and I'm a designer, and you can ask me anything.
Everyone wants to know if I'm single?
Ask me anything.
Ask me anything.
Ask me.
Ask me.
You can ask me anything.
Is there one type of DIY project, art, fashion, design, or whatever, that you keep coming back to again and again? Got this killer idea. I always use it for gifting and for making and for styling homes, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It's easy, it's fast, it's fun. You can gift it, you can use it, you can put it on your wall, you can make cards, it doesn't matter. It's easy. It looks like you spent a lot of time on it, but you haven't, and it's fabulous. So let's do it. This is my go-to. It's chalk, white acrylic paint, water, maybe some watercolor pencils if you want some detail. And my only recommendation is don't think too hard. So just paint or draw with any type of chalk. See how quickly I'm doing this? Yeah, because I'm not thinking about it. I give these out like nobody's business. It's sort of my therapy. I'm at home and I just do a little bit of gesturing with my chalk and watercolor pencils. I'm doing this very quickly to show you that I'm not really thinking about it. Okay, so this is what it looks like before you add the paint. Put white paint on top of it, literally, boom, just like that. And then you paint. Some areas, I'm using the white acrylic paint and I'm painting over the chalk to get a cool mixed media look. In other cases, I'm avoiding the chalk just to have the gesture show through. The wetter your brushes, the better, because, like I mentioned, some of this chalk actually just releases the paint, which is really cool. I'm just gonna take the brush and I'm gonna use the excess paint to do my sides. This is a really important feature because I have a pre-primed canvas here, but if you don't have a pre-primed canvas, your edges will be wood. Okay, so I'm gonna take see what I've done here, little blob. This one a little excessive. It's not unlike me. Check it out. Just brush over top. I see that turquoise underneath, I really like it. I just brushed it away. I'm still seeing some things I really like. Really, really cool. So you can keep brushing stuff away. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, I'll just take that away. You can still see your stuff underneath, which is really the fun part about this. Okay, ta-da! This is a TP secret. It's a secret. By Tiffany with love. XO. Zing! People are always wondering why my clothes are relatively clean and my hands are always filthy. And it's partly because I've done this for so long, I can usually just decide where it's all gonna go. But I've also created a clothing line where I can put my hands on my clothes if I want to. But it's created for people like myself who are artists and hustlers and stylists and designers that need to look nice and presentable, but need to wipe your hands when they get messy and have big pockets to store measuring tapes and phones and pens, etc. I created it because I needed it, and it sort of just took on a life of its own. Every time I wore it, people loved it, so I figured I was onto something. Nancy, what is your natural hair color? Dun, dun, dun. Nancy, what is your natural hair color? Dun, dun, dun. I have strawberry blonde hair. And if you see baby pictures, I had like a little apricot on my head. So if you want to see that I'm really a ginger, I'm really a ginger. Just a lighter version with less rainbow. When I was 13, it was sort of like a muted red, and it wasn't as happy and fun and bright as it was when I was younger. So I was 18 in Australia, bought my first box of color. It was called Mango, did it myself, and here we are, I'm 35 now, and my hair is still orange. I would be in the witness protection program if I changed it at this point. Where do I shop? I shop in vintage stores, I shop in dollar stores, I shop in homeware stores. I like the off the beaten track stores. I love villages and big cities like Chinatown, Little India, places that people wouldn't usually go. And you go into the stores and you dig in the back and you go to the top of the shelves. Part of what I get paid for is to show people new and interesting things that they would not have otherwise discovered on their own. And that's where their home, their outfit, the set, the whatever I'm styling or designing looks different. It's because I've hunted out those little treasures. Treasure trove. Look at this. Look at this. All the business. This is the place to come when your client has a brand new kitchen or has a totally fresh start and everything that they have is very new. I would come into a place like this and I would be getting stuff that kind of makes their space look like it had not just got redone. It had not just occurred. It had not just been overhauled and completely started again, because I like things that have a soul, that look like it's sort of been fluffed over the years. So like this chipped old teapot, for instance, I would put this on a fresh new Korean countertop with those beautiful new tiles, just to kind of give it a little something. We're in a store called Black Rooster. It's a local business where I live. The owner's name is Nina. She is fabulous. She curates a beautiful selection of homewares and goods and furniture unlike anybody in the city. I'm very blessed that she's in my hood, and I constantly use her resources to decorate my clients' homes. It's a beautiful showroom that she has for me to send people in to check out, to get inspired and buy light fixtures, pillows, accessories, lamps, etc. Okay, so 5 things that I would always put in my shopping cart. Great question. One thing would always be something that's curious and cute and quirky. So anything with like the peace sign or gold, metallic, something that's fun, conversation piece like this candle, or this little piece over here. This little gold peace out sign. This is so cute for a bookend, for a jewelry table. You can put jewelry on it. You could just stick it on a table as a curiosity that people want to talk about. I love that sort of stuff. This is the best because it's small but mighty. I always love little tiny curiosities that lend to organization in the home. So this for like a dog leash, for your keys, for your purse, for those recycle bags. So great. Although I love myself some design, I also love organization. So plant life, it's a must. These little guys, they're so cute, they're quirky, they lend to a little natural, undone approach to a very done up table. Plants in general are great because they're an investment that just keep on giving. You can just keep watering them and they're fabulous versus a flower that will just die in a week. So, other things that would be in my shopping cart. I'm a huge fan of jewelry. Not only things that you can wear, but stuff that you can actually stick on a table, on your dressing table, on your bathroom countertop, stuff that looks gorgeous. So maybe I'm not gonna wear this today. I'll leave it out. My friends come over, they see this beautiful piece of jewelry and they're like, oh my God. So that would be something I would do. It's a TP move, looks natural, but it's still beautiful. Another thing I absolutely can never get enough of are books. Books are not only inspiration, but they're beautiful. And books that are out right now are sensationally gorgeous on a coffee table. I usually take the sleeves off of them and it opens up to something that's a little bit more monochromatic in color, but looks super sexy on a table. So I would take that cover right off and stack them up like this. And the stuff inside will inspire yourself and your clients to other things that you can do in the home. So win-win. So those are 5 things I would put in my shopping cart. Somebody asked me what I thought the new black was this season. And my answer is, I think muted tones in all the colors is the new black. Like this This could be the new black. Look at this. Muted gray, muted blue, muted pink. That is so much sexier than this. Although this is pretty stellar. For a ginger like me, all I'll need is the hat. I won't even need a bathing suit. It's so huge. I love that hat. If I was to only wear one outfit for the rest of my life, I'm gonna find it today. It's probably white in color and shimmery. I like wearing really lighter colors because it goes with lots of different seasons. Also too, I have crazy hair. Okay, this is it. This is it. Okay, arms come out like this. The hood, check this out. This is amazing, but this is not an everyday vibe. And this is what I'm gonna wear for the rest of my life, right here. It's white, it's soft, it's cottony, high quality material, beautiful details, designer. It's beautiful. If I was to choose between old and new, vintage, old, regular, new, I'm always gonna choose vintage, always, because no one's gonna have it. It's cut differently. The colorways are different. And it inspires conversation. People are always, where did you get that? Or that's so amazing. Somebody asked what my worst trends, what my thoughts on the worst trends of the last decade were, and I think it's shoulder pads, don't like those, low-rise jeans, nobody looks good in them, and drop waist dresses. Because if you're skinny, just wear something more flattering. I'm all about the waist. I'm all about fabulous shoes. I think layers are king. Color is king. Also too, black is really overrated. So many people wear black and I don't think it is as becoming as it could be. I understand it makes you look skinnier, but it's not as sexy as it could be. Color and making your face look alive, that's the business for me. So yeah, like this on the right gal, fabulous. So good. This on the right gal is fabulous. Me, probably. But I've got one of my favorite dresses. It was this metallic, pale pink party dress here in this section. Just so good. Like this is not really the business, but look at all these beautiful old dresses. It's unbelievable. This is like a dream come true in here for me. I love it. I could spend hours. This is my happy place. So good. Hello, my name is Tiffany Pratt, and I'm a designer, and you can ask me anything. If I want to DIY 3 things at my wedding to slash the budget, which would you recommend? Some of the best DIYs are done for weddings. Why? Because no one's really looking. All they're really looking for is volume. So anything you can think of that will give you lots of bang for your buck is key. Baby's breath are super cheap flowers. You can get them at your local grocery store, and buying them in hordes and bundles and just using those as your centerpieces are awesome. The second one are your invitations. So many people spend so much money on invitations, and that's something you can make yourself and people will feel that handmade touch. But one of my personal favorite things to do for weddings are garlands, because garlands really set the tone, they bring the space in, and they really give it that like handmade feeling. These rippled little white coffee filters are wedding ready. All you have to do is bundle them together, string them on a string, and you have yourself some garland, and I'm gonna show you how. So, dun, 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 dun. What you have is coffee filters, a little embroidery thread, your everyday stapler, and a little plastic needle. I just grab little bundles of it, could be 2, 3, 4, 5, and you kind of scrunch them together, and at the bottom you make a flat little platform, and you staple. And then you do it again. Take a little bundle, make a little platform, staple it. Dun, 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 dun. If you do a big bundle, it looks like this. This is like almost like being a florist. You kind of have to work the petals and you have to spread apart the coffee filters. Then you grab your embroidery thread, very easy. If you use a plastic needle, you're not killing yourself all day long trying to figure out how to get that thing through. So then you basically just like busting through the coffee filters with your needle. Here we go. Okay, 1, 2. So what happens when they get like this up on the garland is you have to work them a little bit. You spread them apart. Look at this, isn't this cute? Isn't this cute? Okay, and they can be different sizes. See how this guy's a little puny? And this guy's kind of like jacked up and he's super huge? That's okay, that's fine. Doesn't matter. No one's paying attention to the different sizes of your garland balls. They're just saying, oh my gosh, those are super cute white fluffy balls. I wonder how long it took them to do that. Okay, so check this out. This is only one part of how it's gonna look, but check. Check, check, check it out. So you just keep making a bunch of strings of these, and you hang these all over your dining hall, across the head table, doesn't matter, using coffee filters, a stapler, and a little embroidery thread. What's the best advice you've ever been given? My father always said, if you want to fail in life, try to please everybody. I've seen your amazing work at a wedding I served. It's my turn, and I want to know how you feel about living centerpieces. Think fancy, classy flower pot. Laugh out loud. Let me show you what I would do with a fancy, classy flower pot. Laugh out loud. I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful centerpiece that's living. You can take it home from after a wedding. Forget the flowers. Those things die after a couple days. This will live on. If you take a little bit of water every once in a while, it'll remind you of the love all the time. So, soil is the business, but I don't do that first. Why? Because succulents that are a cactus plant don't do well if they're sitting in an excessive amount of moisture. So I'll start with little tiny aquarium stones that are, I would always choose the ones that are brightly colored because that's just the way I roll. So then you put your soil in. You don't want to do too much, so I'm not going to put the whole bag in, but I want enough so that it's got a little bit of a height to it because this vessel is quite high. I like doing things that are a little bit odd. So now we're taking our succulents and we're just going to bury them. So the concept is you're putting just enough soil so that it's the depth of whatever you've purchased. This one here, you could break apart the bottom just so that the roots take shape inside the rocks. And you just nestle it in. You don't need to go too crazy digging and going nuts. These little guys are so cute. Look at them. Look how cute they are. Little hole with your finger, pop them in. Pretty stones like these white and pink ones are the business because you can sprinkle them around the edge of all the plants. So if you see any of the soil or anything popping up, you just cover it with these pretty stones and you're in business. You are so colorful. Is your house as wild and colorful as you are, or is your decorating style more muted? I show an extreme love of color, and it's very true. I believe that color, it invigorates the soul and it fills your heart and it makes you happy. I have always loved color, and I've always wanted to be surrounded by it by way of my hair, my clothing, and my objects. Obviously, my home is a big question because you would assume I live in a land that looks like Rainbow Bright. I live in an all-white space that's speckled in color. So the baseline of my home is all very monochromatic in shades of cream and white. And then the rest of it's just an explosion of rainbow. Huge heavy hitting pink. I have a lot of hot pink in my home. I try to mix unexpected items so it really looks like an adult lives there. Look at that. Woo! Okay, we're almost done with the stones. Now's for the fun part. You can take things like crystals, amethyst, any crystal at all. You can throw those inside. Maybe somebody gave this to you for good luck. If you went on a fun little nature hike and you picked these with your loved ones, you can throw that inside as a little memento. Say you had an awesome holiday, and these are some really pretty vintage ornaments that you just couldn't bring yourself to put away. Pop these inside. Little weirdness. We've got grandma's brooch. Gotta put that inside. Pretty shiny, interesting. I've got these weird pearl beads that sort of set off the other stones. I am a crafter, so naturally I would stick something like string inside. So I'm just gonna pop that sort of in the middle as a weird little something. I've got a little crafty bee-bob here, I can throw that inside. So when people go to this event and they see this really cool thing, they're gonna say, I wanna take that thing home. Isn't that so cute? Questions, 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 questions. What would I put for a coffee table in a room that has a teal sofa and a white metal TV stand? Pa, 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 pa. I would go with something with glass. Why would I go with glass? Because it adds an elegance to the room. It's not really in the room, it's completely transparent, but below is this very textural, beautiful gold brass piece, and this will really set the tone. If I was to crawl around in your head, what would I find? From Lauren M. Hilarious. You would find a lot of lists. You would find a lot of glitter. You would find a lot of pink. You would find probably a lot of chanting. I listen to a lot of chanting in the car, so I have that sort of playing on loop in my head a lot. And you would find a lot of colors and a lot of color mixing, because when I was a little girl, I used to dream in colors and they would mix as I was dreaming. And I still do this to this day, like my brain mixes colors. It's very weird. What could you put together if I gave you chalkboard paint, mason jars, a slab of wood, glitter, twine that will look great in someone's home? So you paint your jar. Once it's had a chance to dry, you can take twine, raffia, or colored raffia. Dun, 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 dun. There's a theme to my colors in case you guys can't tell. If I can do pink, I'll do pink. Is there such a thing as too much glitter? No, there's not. There's a place called Meadowbrook Inventions in New Jersey that can ship you pounds of it. They ship me pounds of it. I have glitter by the pound at my house. And I can assure you there's never too much. Zing. Happy freaking birthday. That's what I would do. Centerpiece. Alexa wants to know what is my biggest piece of advice. I always say this, and I'm gonna always say this till the day I die. Just be so true to yourself. Don't listen to anybody else. Don't let anyone tell you how to do anything. In the deepest core of who you are, you know what's right, and you know who you are, and you know what you love, and you know what you need to do. So listen to that and drown out the noise, because so many times I've heard so many pieces of advice that are counter to some of the things that have made me successful. And if I had listened to those people, I wouldn't have been able to bring those little weird, magical things to the forefront. So be true to yourself.